Lynn, we've really surprised you this morning by presenting you with the Most Outstanding Contribution to AUSTSWIM award. So well deserved after 30 years in the industry. You said you're still trembling.
Yes, I'm still shaking.
It must mean so much to you.
It does. It's a pretty special award to get an award for doing something you love doing.
Yeah.
How good is that? You can't do better.
It's been a long time coming though. You've done so much over those 30 years and you really deserve to be recognised. What made you get into it in the first place?
Oh, it did start a long time ago when I lived in Cairns and we started presenting up there because there were not many presenters, and I just had a love, a passion for it to be able to pass on my experience, and it's good fun. I mean, I had a group yesterday and it was just fun. We did an infant course.
Yeah.
So yeah, I enjoy it immensely. I love the challenge of it and I love meeting people.
Over the years, I'd really love to know who you love teaching the most.
It's really hard. As a teacher, probably my special needs kids, which I still continue to teach.
Yeah.
I haven't given up teaching them.
And then as a presenter?
Every course is different.
Yeah.
I like the TAI because I know these people that are in great need, and we need to, with AUSTSWIM today, to look into entering their world.
Yes.
And that's the message I want to get across, to enter their world. So I love that part of it. I love infant, I love bubble swimming. We get paid to play, I love it. And you know, TSWs, you get a big variety of people coming to that. People who change their jobs, which is pretty impressive to be part of their change of job, the change of life, a whole new direction. That's pretty special.
You'd have some wonderful memories after 30 years. Is there one that stands out the most, like a highlight?
Just recently, it's the people, the candidates. There was an impressive young man, 19 years of age, that had a maturity well beyond all of us. And I would love to have spent more time to get to know that person. I went, there's something very special about this 19-year-old man. But unfortunately the course was finished. But during those 2 days, I learned a peacefulness about him. Okay. He was a very impressive young man.
Maybe a young man that might go on to be a presenter one day.
Well, I could imagine very much so, if not further.
What would you tell someone else that was looking at becoming a presenter?
Go for it. It is very rewarding. It's challenging, which gives you variety.
Yeah.
It's never the same. Every course is different.
Do you like that diversity of it, that no course is ever the same? And
well, they're not the same.
Each group of people, of course, are different as well.
It's the same as teaching in a pool. You know, people say you've been teaching for 30 years, but it's never boring because they're the children that are different.
Yeah.
The material, yes, is the same, but what we teach in the kids.
Lynn, over the years, you've not just been a teacher or run swim schools, you've also been a presenter, but then that's brought a lot of diversity. Tell us the whole background into what you're actually doing beyond being a presenter.
Lots of things. I've been asked to do the auditing for Queensland to keep our standards up for presenting, which has been quite a privilege actually, because I learn from everyone I audit. So you can pick up their good points, you go, I can use that, I like that approach. And hopefully then I can also give them some experience from mine background and say, you know, perhaps you could do it this way, perhaps it could be more engaging this way. So I'm learning both ways. It's about two-way street.
Two-way street. You're presenting courses, but you also present at state conferences, at the national conferences as well.
I wanted to improve my presenting, and the only way to do that is to practice it under pressure. And at conferences, there's a lot of people in front of you needing information. So yeah, that's what I did. I set the task and I slowly got one in Queensland, then I did Western Australia, then I did Melbourne. So now my aim is to present as much as I can around Australia.
And great to present at national conferences.
Yes, and national conferences, I've done a few of those too. Yeah, it's the challenge and the learning. I mean, I always learn when I'm preparing work. I'm always learning something new. Quite amazing.
And this recent involvement that you had with teaching teachers to teach refugees.
Yes, that was amazing. Thank AUSTSWIM for that. That was a really highlight.
So yeah, tell us what happened with that.
Well, it's Milperran State High School, so they're all from refugee or a cultural difference. and they were all teacher aides, and they were so eager to learn. Their English was reasonable, so I had to keep it fairly basic, and that's a challenge. Let's keep it simple, let's keep it so they can learn. Then we went to the water activities. Oh my gosh, the courage that these people showed. It was courage. They couldn't really swim, but they did everything I asked of them, and I went, wow, that's impressive. And they had a PE teacher assisting them, and she's been assisting to get them to help out in their lessons. So pretty impressive people. Take my hat off to them.
And it must give you so much, I guess, delight that you're making a difference.
Well, a bit of a difference, but their teacher will support them now, from now on, which is amazing. And they will end up being wonderful teachers to other students at school who are all from a different background. Pretty amazing.
You're a proud Gold Coast local, but you go all around Queensland and not only present, but just get involved in every single different way of what AUSTSWIM is delivering.
Well, I love that. I love the travel. I love meeting people, but country people are special. You probably know that. They're so receiving, nothing is too much trouble for them. And it's something that you can give them that they don't get a lot of. Whereas, city people can go to a course every couple of weeks. Out there, they are just so thankful and so receiving of information. Yeah, it's a great experience. I love country work.
So over the years, the biggest change that you would have seen?
For me, personally, I'm busier in presenting. I have noticed a change in the swim school setups.
Yeah.
From large groups down to smaller groups, and also now seems to be a bit of pressure for these one-on-ones for 15 minutes, regardless of the age. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I'm yet to make a decision. I think they lose that social interaction if it's one-on-one, but life's busy for a lot of parents, and that's what they're asking for. So those trends within the swim centres have changed.
And it must be wonderful for you to see so many infants especially that might have disabilities or really need to learn how to swim to save themselves. That must bring, I guess, a lot to you to know that there are a lot of kids out there that are actually finally learning that skill.
Yes, and it's a skill within their range. I'm at the moment teaching at Currumbin Special School, and we're doing children in wheelchairs, and that has been such a learning curve. I've just started 2 years into it, and it's so rewarding for them to have that freedom in the water. A lot of them are non-verbal, but you can tell by their face. They're just so excited to come to swimming. And it's an hour, and it's pretty hard work. We're actually holding and moving them, but at the end of it you go, I feel fabulous because of them.
You're so passionate about what you do. Is it that spunk that gets you out of bed every single morning to go, today I'm going to achieve something?
I've already been to Aqua today.
Wow, and there's just no stopping you.
No, well, you only get one chance at this life. I want to wear out, not rust out.
Oh, that's wonderful, Lynn. So tell us what's next. What's the next goal, the next plan, the next huge challenge?
Well, I'm going to swim Vietnam next year, so that is going to be a great learning curve. I'm also hoping, I've tried many times to do a hydrotherapy course, but it always clashes with something. So that's probably that avenue. I want to get more involved with the kids at Currumbin. I just think there's so much that we can do, that so little of our time, but so much it means to them.
30 years experience, have you got a few little tips for presenters that are out there now that want to challenge themselves and get better?
It's all about your candidates. You've got to entertain them. There's no straight presenting happening, because we're in a world where they want to be stimulated all the time. So it's got to be fun, it's got to be enjoyable, and it's got to be kept simple. That way they can walk away with the basic knowledge, but hopefully the passion to want to do this, because it's such a good job.
Fantastic advice. All right, final question. What is the number one thing that you remember before you're presenting your course?
It's all about the candidates, and you've got to entertain them. You've got to keep them focused, and that's the challenge. You'll see students starting to drift off, and my challenge is to get them back on task. So that's fun. What technique can I use to get them back on task? Okay, they go blank. What can I do next to keep them focused? So you're entertained for 2 days, trying to keep the focus.
Where do you see the industry heading in the future?
only upwards. We've been going up each year. I can see professionalism. I can see the standards lift. I think there's going to be an extra need because of the compulsory, in Queensland, compulsory school swimming. And I think we need to travel down that path to help the teachers and to keep the standard up.
Yeah.
You know, some people still teach like what we taught 30 years ago, and there's been big improvements, the way we organise classes, everything. So I think we do need to keep going forward within the schools to educate.
Wonderful. Well, the last time I saw Lynn, it was on a train and you were volunteering at the Commonwealth Games on the Gold Coast. So there's no stopping you. Keep up the incredible work, and we're just so proud to have you in the AUSTSWIM family.
Thank you.
I did hear that you're a lover of chocolate and coffee.
Oh yes, always.
So can you tell me what your favourite chocolate is? Is there a favourite?
No, any chocolate.
Any chocolate? And
no,
how
dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate. And how do you have your coffee?
Oh, it varies from summer and winter, but yeah, just a good coffee.
Two simple things,
Yeah.
coffee and chocolate,
Yep.
and that's going to make you an even better presenter.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us today,
Thanks,
Lynn,
Brooke.
and congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.